everyone, Diane here for a new decoeasy video with you today. Thank you for stopping by the channel of me and my mother-in-law Jenny. We can't wait to start with a new project with you today. Let's go craft.
Today, surprising a new DIY with these Jenga blocks. For the ones who are new here, welcome. This is the pack that Jenny and I use for a lot of her DIYs. It comes from the Action. I believe it costs about €3 or something. And then you get 60 of these pieces. They're pretty big, to be honest, and one or two in each package have text upon it. So if you're buying the same or something familiar, make sure that you know where these blocks are, because I had that once when DIYing, for example, making a tower. It suddenly was on the outside, and it's really hard to camouflage it. You can only do that with black paint or several layers of white paint. So that's it. Let's go and start crafting. I want to make some 3 kind of display items for you today. Okay, for today's DIY, we need lots of these blocks. I have 2 extra packages, don't know if necessary, but at least I have them. This is one package opened, and we also need wood glue. We use this one. It comes from Action as well, and it works pretty well. And yeah, it's really strong stuff, to be honest. So strong that I hardly can get the cap off. But there it is. Yeah, it's still tacky. Okay. What we're going to do is building towers. I'm going to make 3 different one of them, small, medium, and large. And therefore we're building the next. Use them not yet. You can use flat ones if you have different sizes for your blocks. But our blocks are going to be this. So make sure that you're not doing this with this, because then you get a perfect square. And we're going to glue that together with the wood glue, and we're going to use a lot of these things. Sorry, I made a mistake in thinking. We got to do it differently. We start with the bottom section, and therefore this isn't glued yet, so I hope it will stay. You need 4 blocks laying down flat, and then you get 4 pillars. 2 of them like this and 2 of them like that, and that will be the bottom section. I'm going to start gluing that. Carefully take these apart. Maybe gluing it like this is a better idea. Oh, let's change this one with text for a bottom section part. So this is the build for the bottom section. I think it's the easiest way, gluing these 4 together. And then as the last, do this. So when these are glued, we're going to place them down like that. And then as the last, we put these 2 in here from the side. And of course we need to press everything together nice and easy. And then this is what we'll get for the bottom section. Take it apart again. Now let's first shake a little bit. Start gluing the front and the back parts. Let's name them front and back parts to make it easy for today. Not too much glue, like so. Do the same thing for the other side. Now this glue needs to dry for I think about an hour, maybe half an hour, depending on how warm it is in your room. And then also do these blocks. I'm not going to stick them together directly, because I noticed that when you wait a little bit, this glue works better. Like so. I'm going to make 3 of these bottom part pieces at once. So I explained the first one, not going to do the other 2, because then you know how it works. Okay. Now carefully push this one together. It gets tacky, but not super strong, at least not directly, so let that dry well. So that's 1. And we're going to do the bottom 4 blocks. Be careful that it doesn't stick to your crafting mat, because this stuff is pretty hard to remove afterwards. So make sure that while it's drying that you move it around a little bit to prevent that. Now the other part, like so. There we are. Might be thinking, is it wise to already start gluing? Yeah, I think it is. Gluing these two around here, because then we can directly put that. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So just a small amount of glue here on the side and on this side as well. Small line. Take out this one. Make sure that everything is divided nice and even and straight, because you're going to see that in the final result. Now put these two aside like that. Carefully move it back to the part where we can dry. So that's number one. If this is dry, I'm going to put glue here on the edge and then move it together. Going to repeat that on two other parts as well, and I'll be back when these bottom parts are dry. Okay, bottom part is dry. This is how it looks. And what I want to do is start building it up layer by layer. And I think this will be the smallest one. I'm going to show you what I had in mind. I'm going to recreate this frame here. Not this one. That will be the last layer. But let me see. This, this, one here, and three back up there. Okay, now apply some glue here in the middle section. Apply a little bit too much, as always. Like so. Do these as well, I think. So the glue can already start drying before we apply everything together. We're going to repeat what I do now. I'm going to repeat that several times to also start creating layers for the other two objects that we're going to make, because we're going to make three. As I said, small, big, and medium. Press them together, like so. And here as well. Oops. Oh, it's pretty stuck already. Like so. And then here. And one here as well. Oh, I pressed too hard on that joint. Not this one. There we are, another layer. And as I said, I'm going to recreate this several times because we're going to stack that upon. And for the last layer, I'm going to recreate something like this again. And that will be like this then on the top. Like so. That's the idea. I forgot to say that right now I'm going to recreate lots of these levels for all the other objects as well. So that will take some time. I just explained how I did this layer, and I'm going to recreate several more, and then I'm going to assemble them into one big piece, or actually 3 separate big pieces. Hey, back here again. Almost all of these things are dry, and now I want to make bottom parts, or actually top section parts, and I'm doing that in the same way, just as I made the bottom sections, by gluing down 4 of these together. And we're going to place them into these 3 sections. Press them together first, and then let that dry a little bit. I hope that when I have glued all these parts and applied them together, that we can carefully press one in, because I just glued these 3 of these. So they are still a little bit flexible when you have to move them around. that won't be a big deal. I hope. So, like this. Now the last 4, and then hopefully we can start assembling them before the glue dries up too much. But I just made them, well, I think within the last 3 minutes ago, something like that. This. Oh, I glued one double. Oh well. Here we are then. Now we need to let this dry for a few minutes. Then we can put them in these blocks. Okay, these 3 are now stuffed with blocks. Carefully going to put them away because they still need to dry a little bit. Let's see if they're all straight and well. We can test that best upon the table. Yes, they are. Okay, what is a fun thing to show you? I think this one. This is how each tower ornament piece is built up. This is the bottom section, then we have a middle section, and then, carefully move them around, we have a top section. And on top of that, there will be 4 actually of these. Like so, but these still have to be glued around. Can you see it? Because these, I picked the smallest one because now you can still see what I'm doing. I also have one that is 1 block higher and even one that is 2 blocks higher. So this is actually the meaning of the DIY. Now, oh gosh, carefully wait, because I still notice that it isn't completely dry. It can move around, but what we can do is glue these base parts around. Look, this is the medium size, and here is the large one. Still have to glue them, as you can see, but I wanted to build them to see how large they can be. I think this looks beautiful in a kitchen, in a bedroom, or upon, you know, a cupboard thing, wardrobe dressing part. You can literally stuff up anything in here. That's what we're going to do. Okay, now, things are simple. You just pick your glue, your wood glue, and then you just apply some dots upon that section. There, here as well, and the last one like that. And then you can use your fingers to feel if you're in the good part. Then you can just put that upon top. Press a little bit if necessary. Doesn't always have to be necessary. And then it's stuck. Let it dry well, because we're going to paint it. And yeah, as the last thing, oh, there's a dripping part here. I can wipe that away with my thumb. Let's feel, are there other dripping parts? No, maybe inside, here and there. No, it's not that bad. Let it dry well, because we're going to paint. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to build the towers just as I showed you them. And as the last part, oh, I can demonstrate it as well. I think this one here is dry. Drier than, no, I'm picking the same one. I mean this one here. This one is good. Just use some glue. Again, on the same sections. Ooh, it almost dripped in the wrong place. Like so. And store your top section. Or almost the top section, because we still need to apply some wood upon top. But here we are. Almost there. Going to make the rest. Wait, and we'll be back again. Back again. We still need to glue these 4 around here. But I turn it upside down, so the block prevents from slipping down if that is going to happen. Now let me see if they fit in everywhere, because I can still use my saw if necessary. This one ain't gonna fit. Now we have to make them a little bit smaller, maybe with a file or something. This will fit, I think. Yep, this side will fit. I believe this one will do too. Yeah, so I'm going to glue them. And here, this section got a little bit, what do you call that? It went a little bit sideways. That was the word. Oh, this suddenly fits in. Then this block might be smaller or something. Does it fit then here as well? No, it doesn't. Not just quite. Okay, so we have one block that we need to saw a little bit, but the other ones, we can just grab our glue. Doesn't need to be that much because there's not going to be a lot of weight upon that part, only while drying. Now just slide it in between there, and then we'd let the glue dry. That's basically it, how we're going to do it with the other two as well. Then we'll let it dry really, really well, because the next step is painting. Hey, Diane here, back again. All the glue is dry and we are ready to start painting. Here is some rubbish that might get away. I think I'm gonna do the smallest one in the beeswax color. This one will be black and this one will be white, or maybe different, don't know that yet. Anyway, this is the black paint that I'll be using. Blackboard paint. I also have beeswax and some white paint here. Okay, nothing special about painting. You just need a brush and a can of paint, and then you can start brushing away. I wanted to show you how I use the beeswax to transform this thing into something more, yeah, what shall we say, boring. I always use the same brush for beeswaxing. Might be a little bit stiff in the beginning, so that's why I always use the cap of this thing. And I also can get rid of a little bit too much fluids that might get up on the brush. For you, I will start here because then you can see better what I'm doing. You just wipe back and forth with your brush and then let it dry for at least, I think today, an hour. Maybe I'll put the DIY outside so it dries a little bit faster. That's up to you. You clearly see the difference. I'm going to stain this, and I'm also going to paint the other ones, and then I'll be back. And here they are, the 3 towers. Look, you can still put something on top here inside. I painted everything 2 times except for the beeswax one. And yeah, time to start decorating it. And I'd like to decorate with these lemons here. These are from styrofoam. And I also have green. These ones here. And a lot of other stuff, but I still have to sort that out. But at least I want to use these in the decor. Here you see it, the final result of today's DIY. 3 towers where you can put your own decor in. Here's the one with the lemons. Here I put in a hydrangea. And here we have some berries from AliExpress. And some greenery to finish it off in the background. You can put this display literally everywhere in your home. And I hope that you like what we made today. Let us know in the comment section what you think about it. So that was our DIY of today. We hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to let us know in the comment section what you think of today's DIY. And we hope to see you back again soon. Thank you so much for your time and wish you a nice day. Bye everyone!